The Magic of Halloween. A short, spooky story by Nilsen Bjørneraas, narrated by Ørjan Svingen. Episode 3. Into the Unknown. Having just heard the eerie warning of the mansion itself, the group stood silent. Natalie, however, had enough of it all.
"I don't care anymore. I'm getting our friends back,"
she commanded, furiously stepping away and towards another room.
"I guess we're ignoring the voices then,"
Sam said as they followed. They traversed the great halls of the mansion, their footsteps echoing in the emptiness. The walls seemed to close in around them, shifting and twisting as if the house itself was alive. Cobwebs stretched across the corners, and flickering candlelight cast unsettling shadows that danced like ghosts. In the far end of the current hall, there was a rounded mirror, idling on a stand. Before reaching it, they heard the faintest hints of an argument from behind a nearby door.
"Is that," Sam asked, "bagpipes?"
Indeed it was. He carefully creaked open the door, revealing two sturdy Scotsmen practicing their craft. One had a thick auburn beard, the other with short black curls. Both wore traditional tartan kilts, the bagpipes slung over their shoulders, ready to strike a tune. "I swear, mine is off tune," one of them yelled. "You're not doing it right. Let me," the other grumbled, adjusting his grip before unleashing a booming tune from his bagpipe, filling the room with lively music. The group watched in awe, their faces a mix of confusion and amusement.
"Well,"
William muttered,
"that's something."
"Let me!" Lily grinned.
"Can we hire them for the next adventure?"
Natalie rolled her eyes.
"Please, no."
She quickly slammed the door shut, turning around only to find herself face to face with a man, flanked by a great host of others. They rushed past her, filling the hall, all clad in battle garments and bearing weapons of old. Their leader called out heroically, "They may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!" The group watched as a legion of men rushed past them.
"This house never ceases to amaze,"
Sam said, wide-eyed.
"There are no words,"
William continued.
"No, there aren't,"
Natalie said, before venturing ahead. She was done with all of this nonsense.
"I think Nat's angry,"
Lily questioned to both Sam and William.
"Best leave then,"
Sam answered as they followed her. They continued on their journey and approached the mirror they had seen earlier in the hallway.
"It's so strange. I swear it's something on the other side of this thing," Sam said, slowly reaching his hand towards it, though abruptly retracting it.
"What are you doing?" Natalie questioned.
"Have you learned nothing?" "Well, I mean, what else is there to do but explore?"
he said. No one answered, as he was correct. Thus, once more, he reached out towards the mirror, this time touching its glass. His hand flowed through it like touching water.
"It's warm,"
he said. Sam pulled his arm back.
A butterfly was neatly resting on his finger. "It's warmer on the other side," he said, before venturing into the mirror. "Great, let's follow him then," Natalie said, as they all ventured inside. They emerged on the other side. Not in a room or a forest, but in a twisted landscape of mirrors. The world around them was a maze of reflection, each mirror showing twisted versions of themselves. Some laughing, some crying, some looking downright sinister. The reflections moved independently, as if mocking their every step. "Okay," Natalie said, her voice dripping with sarcasm. "I don't see how this reflected what you insinuated earlier, Sam." "I swear," Sam said, though interrupted. William took a step forward, his eyes fixed on the mirrors. "It's a maze, or a trap of sorts. He wants us to be stuck in here." A voice echoed through the maze, the witch's cackle mingling with something deeper, almost a growl.
"I'm your friend if you dare,"
she hissed.
"You'll have to face your darkest fears before you can leave this place."
"Why does it always have to be challenging?" Natalie said, as they moved deeper into the maze. Shadows danced across the mirrors, shapes and figures from their past adventures blending with new terrors. But somewhere beyond the chaos and reflections, they could hear a faint whisper, different from the witch's voice, a voice they recognized.
"Over here,"
the voice called. Weak and distant, it was Codsworth, somewhere trapped within the maze, crying out to be found. Lily grabbed Natalie's arm, her eyes wide. "That's Codsworth!" The group rushed towards the location of his cry for help. They rounded a corner, and there, a faint but unmistakable outline of Codsworth. He was trapped in one of the mirrors. "Get him out of there before this gets any worse," Natalie sighed. "How?" Sam asked. The group paused before Lily, without speaking a word, struck her elbow with great force into the mirror. "Lily!" Natalie cried out, both in shock and awe. Glass shattered all over the ground, revealing Codsworth within the mirror, safe as he could be, as a man within a gramophone.
"That worked?"
Codsworth questioned. "Grab him!" William yelled, as Lily picked him up. A set of leather straps decorated the gramophone, which she capitalized on by strapping them on her back, making Codsworth a bag of sorts. As soon as she did, the ground beneath them rumbled. The mirrors began to ripple, like water disturbed by a stone, and the twisted versions of themselves in the reflections grew clearer, their eyes glowing with malevolence. "That doesn't look good," Sam mumbled, inching back. William took a deep breath. The reflections. It isn't real. Just as he spoke, the reflection of himself stepped out and grabbed hold of his arm, its smirk evident. "Not real?" Natalie yelled. William snagged his arm away with great force, his face laced with terror. "Run!" The other reflections followed suit, spilling out of the mirrors like twisted shadows, each one a shadowy mimicry of the group, their faces twisted into grotesque grins. They circled closer, moving in unison, eyes gleaming with malice. The air shimmered, and just behind them a new portal flickered to life, this one glowing with a soft blue light. It was faint, unstable, but it was their only shot. "That's our way out," Sam yelled. "Go!" William ordered. One by one, they jumped through the shimmering light, their hearts pounding as they left the twisted maze behind. As the last of them disappeared, the reflections screeched in fury, their forms dissolving into nothing. They landed with a heavy thud on a solid ground once more. They were outside, on cobbled streets with twisted buildings around them, and the light of the full moon illuminating their path.
Where are we now?
Lily whispered, looking up at the towering buildings. Natalie sighed, dusting herself off.
You know, holidays just aren't for us anymore. Don't say that. At least we have each other.
Lily's words of comfort and love struck no reply from Natalie. Though there was no reply needed, as Lily knew deep down that Natalie shared the same love for them as they did with her. Codsworth, still strapped on Lily's back, spoke up.
We need to find George and get out of this accursed place.
William straightened, his gaze scanning the street. Whatever this place is, it's just another one of her tricks. The wind gushed through the open streets, and somewhere in the distance, a low, sinister laugh echoed through the night. As if the very buildings were mocking their presence. Natalie's eyes scanned the darkness, her expression unreadable.
The witch is toying with us, like we're pieces in her twisted game.
Lily tugged at Codsworth's straps, adjusting him on her back.
We've faced worse than this. What is a wicked witch to a Krampus of the dark?
Codsworth's voice crackled faintly from the gramophone.
This place, it's familiar somehow.
Like a nightmare,
Sam added, looking around warily.
I just hope George is okay. He seemed pretty shaken up last time we saw him.
Wait, William put, before continuing.
Look! It's Mr. and Mrs. Renfrey's shop!
He pointed their attention towards a sign, hovering above a torn-down entrance. It was the shop, but twisted with tendrils and engulfed in darkness.
And our shop? Oh no, what has she done to it?
Codsworth cried, witnessing the beloved shop broken down by malice.
It's like the witch corrupted everything here,
Natalie said, her voice flat but with an edge of unease.
She's turned our town into a nightmare,
William muttered.
It looks the same, but it's all wrong. We need to get inside,
Lily said, her tone filled with urgency.
George has to be there, and we can't leave him behind.
They carefully approached the bakery. The windows of the shop were broken, and twisted shadows danced behind the cracked glass, as if something alive was lurking within. Upon entering, the barely functioning doorbell rang in broken silence. Let me! They may take our lives. But they'll never take our freedom!